Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'm sharing a very important practice recommendation. Practice recommendations we normally think about, oh, here's something to play, here's scales, here's ornaments. And yeah, those are great practice recommendations. And I will dive into those as often as I can without frustrating you with practice recommendations. This practice recommendation is more about the attitude with which we approach our whistles, ourselves, and the music we're playing. And I just want to think through each of those a bit. So stay with me because this is a very important conversation for us. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your whistle. Don't give up on the music. Keep pressing in. As you keep pressing in, you will get better. I'm jumping ahead there. So don't give up on your whistle, yourself, or the music. So think about the whistle. Some people will just go and buy any tin whistle they want. I'm going to grab one over here. Excuse me. I happen to grab one of my very favorite inexpensive high D whistles. This is the Tony Dixon DX004. You might think, oh, I could just pull this out of the box, start playing it well. Not even this under $30 whistle can you pull out of the box and start playing well. It takes time to learn it. You have to learn the whistle. We have said, I've used the phrase, take the time required to become friends with your whistle. And another friend in the community shared a phrase with all of us that I like even better than mine. And that is, it takes time for you to learn how your whistle wants to be played. That's pretty interesting because, we've talked about breath pressure. We've talked about tone quality. And you have to hear all those things as you're learning to play your whistle. As you're playing, you're learning how your whistle wants to be played. So the Dixon. Now you're hearing some squeaking in there, and that's intentional. I'm increasing my breath pressure gradually, trying to find the range of where good tone is, where volume is. As a less expensive whistle, even though this is an amazing less expensive whistle, you could expect some of that to be shrunk. But great tone, and you have to learn the whistle. I had to dial back a bit there. The whistle didn't like that. Listen, play, experiment. Now, thinking some aspirational whistles. There's an MK Pro. A lot of people they'll spend a lot of money for a whistle thinking, I'm going to learn to play the low D whistle. I'm going to kill it. And they get about there on the E and they just can't play because they haven't learned the breath pressure, the nuances, and they haven't spent any time focusing on tone. And that's okay, but you can't pick up a whistle straight out of the box and play it well. Even a Dixon, like I said. Doesn't matter, inexpensive, expensive, you have to learn the whistle. That's why and it took me a while to learn this myself. That's why my commitment to you is I won't introduce a whistle until I know it for a bit. So, like the MK Pro. Now, that's about the bass of the Air pressure that I need to get a reasonable tone out of the whistle. Notice I said reasonable. I have to do something slightly different to get better tones. I have learned that over time. I have learned to play the top of this whistle. I've learned to play the bottom of the whistle. I've learned to let the bottom of the whistle sing. That took weeks for me to get there. Don't give up on your whistle. One other. For many, many high D whistle players, the McManus is an aspirational whistle. I haven't introduced this yet. And it's aspirational. And it's worth the money because it permits dynamic ranges that few other whistles do. But you're not going to learn to play this overnight. It will take you time. Don't give up on your whistle. Press in. Give a new whistle weeks and weeks. Don't give up. Keep going. Now, let's think about ourselves. Growing in any endeavor takes time. And I wanted to spend more time on the whistle and a little less on ourselves and the music. But I don't know. We'll see what I do, actually. Think about yourself. It takes time. When you were a baby, it took time to learn to talk. It took time to learn to walk. When you enter a new job, it takes time to become fluent. When you're learning a language, it takes time. When you're learning to play an instrument, it takes time. You all know I've said that I've been taking music lessons since I was 7. I quit taking music lessons probably when I was, I don't know, upper teens, I guess. And I focused primarily on the saxophone. There was a point in my life when I thought I would go and I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was going to get my union card and become a musician. The challenge was, aspirationally, I was a jazz swing band musician. By my training and my skills, I was a classical musician. And so I would have needed to really spend a lot more time focused on that. Anyway, I was okay, and I wasn't good at jazz and swing. I had to really start focusing on learning. It was like learning to play music all over again. But over the years, I've kept a good saxophone and I've played it. And I reached a point a few years ago where I started getting really frustrated. I started giving up on myself because I couldn't play like I could when I was an older teenager. My fingers could fly. If I wanted to do something, I could do it. You could stick a piece of printed music in front of me and I could play it pretty well. Why did I think that was the high water mark? I would get a little depressed over my saxophone. I was giving up on myself. So I thought, you know what I need? I will never play my saxophone like I did. I just need to start enjoying it. Because I love to hear it. I love to play it. I don't play it like I used to. Spend more time with whistles now. But I said, I don't want to give up on myself musically, so I'm going to pick up a different instrument. And I thought, I have always wanted to play a whistle, and I've heard the low whistle right before our first trip to Ireland in 22. I'm listening to the music more and more because I've always loved Irish music. And I'm thinking, I love this. I'm going to learn the whistle. But we're going to go to Ireland. I'm going to be in a bunch of sessions. I'm going to go to music stores. And I'm going to start researching because that's what Scotchade does. So I did all that. And that's when I decided I wanted the Howard Low D. For me, best bang for the buck of professional quality, variable heads, play saxophone, I want a different head to provide a different voice. And I still, to this day, love my Howard. Shameless plug for the Howard. I have a lot of low D whistles I love, and they're all different. Take time to know them. So anyway, so I started playing the whistle, and I thought, whew, I'm pretty bad at this. I didn't give up on myself. I kept going. I think I'm better than I was 2 years ago. I've not even been playing the low D whistle or the high D whistle for 2 years yet. But granted, I've played saxophone for decades. And so if you're just getting started, I expect you to be better than I am today in 2 years. Aspirational, right? Because I'm an old dude now. I didn't start playing the whistle until a month before my 68th birthday. So that's pretty funny. My fingers will not move as quickly as they once did. My breath pressure is about as good as it was. But my heart senses music better than it ever did. I think I could play an air and a ballad better than I could have when I was that teenager who wanted to become a professional musician but didn't. Wise choice, by the way, Scott. Don't give up on yourself. I don't know what my ceiling is. I don't know what my top capabilities are as a musician. And I will never know unless I don't give up on myself. If I'm playing a quick tune and I'm fumbling over it, I will dial it back. I will work on it and work on it and work on it. I'm committed to becoming a better musician, working on expression, ornamentation, tone quality, even speed. Though I do love an emotive, slow tune. Maybe that's just where I am in life. So enter in, dive in. Don't give up on yourself. Keep improving your skills. We're growing. It's not like you're here on the ladder and then you take 20 steps. It's a pretty steep ladder. You take a small step, little baby steps, little by little, bit by bit, growth comes. So don't give up on yourself. We don't know where our ceiling is. We have no idea until we dive in and keep going. Enjoy the journey, love the journey, embrace the journey, learn new skills, don't quit. Now, with that said, I also said don't give up on the music. You know, you've got a slow tune you're playing, and you want to learn to play it expressively. And you feel like you've run into a brick wall. Or you've got a fast tune you're just trying to race through, and you've run into a brick wall. Don't give up on that music. Yes, maybe set it aside for a bit. Sometimes I'll set a piece aside and I'll start playing something else, but I will come back to that piece that's frustrating me. Don't give up. Don't quit learning ornamentation. Don't quit. And I know I need to talk about that more. We're going to, I promise. Don't quit on learning the tunes you love, and learn some other tunes as well, because they will expand your horizons. They will make you a better musician. I was reasonably acceptable saxophone player, but that was within a small bandwidth. As soon as I started to learn to play swing and jazz, I knew that my horizon was not broad enough. So I needed to expand the music that I was exposing myself, and I needed to expand the ways I play. So that's back to not giving up on myself. So I started to learn more musical things and diving into Irish music and the different music you can play in a whistle. Well, that has just opened up whole new vistas for me of possibilities, even as an older retired person. So don't give up on the music. One of the things I love to do, and some of you help me out with this, I love to sit around, and I won't waste too much time doing this, and watch somebody take a whistle, and play a classical piece that I thought was impossible to play on the whistle. I love to watch somebody play a jazz piece that I didn't think could be done. I love to watch somebody play, especially some really great older whistle player, play an Irish piece flawlessly, fluidly, emotively. Those become aspirations for me. Aspirational whistle. You can become there. You are a better player than you are today. So you are your own aspirational self. Look to that horizon when you're a better musician. And aspirational music as well. Don't give up on any of this. So my friends, my practice recommendation today is don't quit. Dive in, keep going. If you're brand new here, please subscribe and join us on the journey, because together we are helping each other grow as musicians. When people ask me about my channel, friends ask me like what I do in retirement, I talk about this. I openly say I wanted to learn to play the low and high D whistle, the low whistle, and it's expanded to the high D whistle, and I know I'm going to bring other keys in, and I needed community to help me do that. You're that community, and you're helping me do that. I hope together we're helping each other. I hope I can contribute to this some. So please, my friends, if you're a brand new musician or an experienced musician, you've not reached your ceiling yet. Sure, I'll never play as fast as I once did, but I can play more emotionally than I ever did. That's a different expression of my ceiling. I love all these different instruments. I won't give up on them. And I love the music. It's just every one of them is a little new world to enter and enjoy. So please like the video if this helps you out. I hope this is encouraging to you, my friends. And comment on some of the things you do to help keep yourself enlivened and joyful on the journey of playing your whistle. And I know some of you have shared some amazing videos of people just playing crazy things on the whistle. Stick some of those in the comments to this video, because this channel's not about me. The channel's about us and becoming better musicians together. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Have delight playing your whistle, and don't give up on the whistle, yourself, or the music.